Hello Virgo and welcome to my channel Green Lion Goddess Tarot. This is your weekly reading and the image I get for you, and it's kind of a different one for you, but it's like you've walked into a home, but what you've realized is it's just a facade. It's quite literally just the wall, the first opening, the front wall. And then you walk through and there's nothing else there. And so it's a sense of you kind of getting past the illusion of something or someone. You're seeing the facade for what it is. So, and the fact it's been shown as a home, this could quite literally represent something around your home that you're wanting to shift and change. But it can also be houses represent our identities and sense of self. So it may be that you've kind of realized it doesn't have that somebody is not, you know, there's nothing more to it, or there's nothing more, you know, it's just a facade. So, yeah, interesting. That's kind of the energy coming through, seeing the truth behind something and that there's nothing more, which can actually be good. Maybe you were thinking that was going to be, it can be both good and bad. It can be mixed bag, a bag kind of energy with that. But we've got the Seven of Shells, choice and ambitions coming in. So you're looking at your options. You're kind of going, well, I thought this was a house and I thought it was going to be a fully built house, and something's not exactly what you thought it was going to be. So now I'm going to look at my choices and options in front of me. So maybe something was promised or something appeared to be, you know, more solid than what it was. So yeah, interesting. So let's see what else is coming through for you, Virgo. But the Seven of Shells is like a reevaluation energy, which is good. And it's like, yeah, okay, I wanted this. And so how am I going to get it? It's not what I wanted, but I do want it still. We've got the Fool, Aquarius, Air, Uranus, Scorpio, which is like you're finding some sort of progressive or, innovative solution as well that could be coming through with this Fool energy, but it's starting something new, starting something from, again, it's like, this is not what I wanted, so I'm starting again, quite literally, stepping to something new. And it's next to Cup 5, Pluto, Scorpio, which is something's kind of been disappointing or has been disappointing in the past, because the Pluto energy, and this could have kind of had quite a psychological effect on you, or a deep emotional effect. Could have had a sense of loss of, I thought it was a whole house and now it's just a facade. You know, whatever that was, it might have a sense of breaking the illusion, however that appears, and it could have made you quite sad. It could have hurt you emotionally. It could have just been, this energy could also just be that you've moved on from the past. You know, it's not what you thought it was. Something was not exactly what you thought it was. But the Pluto energy actually wants to bring this back to you, and not in the way that it hurt you in the past, but the message of Pluto is you can transform this, quite literally. You wanted a house, you can make it into a house. Maybe you changed your mind. Maybe you said, I don't want a house, I want an igloo. I want something totally different now. But it's just clear that what you thought you were getting is not exactly what it is. But the Cup 5 is the Pluto energy, is the energy of transformation. It's the elliptical orbit. So when it comes back, it's coming back to say, hey, this has changed now. You're different. Circumstances are different. And so let's shift and change this and transform it. I've shown you a truth, and now you're stepping into something new, and you can transform from that truth. So it's actually, and so you're looking at all your different options and going, right, well, and I feel like it's quite practical. The Seven of Shells can sometimes be where things are not necessarily clear at first, but the picture is forming, and eventually you'll see there is one right option for you, and that is that you want to step into here. I think some of you might be feeling a bit like you were played for a fool as well. I don't normally get that as kind of a fairly literal meaning, but that was kind of what I was got given. But it's kind of like, I don't feel like you're going to let this get you down. It's kind of like a sense of, right, moving on. Next, moving on, let's do this. The Six of Cups. So there is an energy from the past returning, or somebody from the past. The Two of Pentacles, that you're fairly ambivalent about or unsure of going down this trip down memory lane. Because like I said, there's this sense of it wasn't, and this could be a memory that it could even be the facade could be a memory. And it's like, it's not a strong memory anymore. It's not what I thought it was. So maybe it's time to let that go. The Three of Swords, yeah, I mean, there potentially was something that really hurt you here. There was heartache or a wounding of some sort. And your energy is kind of, the Two of Pentacles is something was being out of balance. The Chariot energy is overcoming this. It's like conflicts ending in victory, something that's kind of really hurt you in your heart. I mean, there's this emotional surge to kind of overcome something. And here we have the Chariot, which is very Plutonian. It's black and white Sphinx. Something, the Sphinx is talking riddles, so something suddenly makes sense. And the Chariot is the card of Cancer, which rules homes and houses. So that also seems to be a fairly kind of apt, this could have been heartache around, around the home, quite literally. And perhaps it could have been something in the past with the Six of Cups. So this could be something very close and personal to you, something even related to your childhood, somebody that you've lived with in the past. But here we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is very much getting a clear head and giving the go-ahead to something, like suddenly something makes sense. And you've got a message from Pluto, from the underworld, and you're like, right, I know how to heal this wound now. And you're kind of giving something the go-ahead. We've got the Seven of Swords, which is this strategy, plans, exit strategy. So you're kind of reevaluated something, your choices in front of you, and both these cards, the Seven of Swords, is also a reevaluation of the strategy, the plan of moving forward. And so this quite literally is the Queen of Swords, the Chariot, and the Seven of Swords is like saying, yep, let's move forward with our new building plans. Let's move forward with something around the home that either wasn't solid or wasn't what I wanted, or let's rebuild. Let's start this in and let's start the strategy. Let's think up the plan. Let's be really clever about this. So it's a reevaluation. There's I think Saturn's coming in as well, because it could potentially be reevaluating boundaries, especially boundaries around your emotional safety and around the home. So these are things that could come in as well. With the Two of Pentacles there, this could also be to do with resources and money, that there were things out of balance that potentially could have been hurting you or could be hurting you now. With the Cup 5 Pluto Scorpio and the Six of Cups, this is very much, this energy is tied to a past energy. So if it's coming up now, it's got ties and roots to old energies. So let's see. Let's pull an animal spirit energy. And the Queen of Swords kind of says yes. She's like, let's go. Let's move ahead. Let's move forward now. So it's very clear. You've made your choice. You make your choice. And so, the Seven of Swords is moving out of a restricted space into a place of freedom. But it's like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's patience. It will happen. So let's see what else. What animal energy is Virgo working with at this time? What animal energy is Virgo working with? I don't think the cards are going to... Oh, I was wrong. They jumped. Okay. And I think it's the Phoenix. Wow. I love it. Okay. Wow. The Phoenix is rising from the ashes here, Virgo. This is amazing. So interestingly, like Pluto rules the underworld, which can also rule, it can be like a deathly place. It can rule death, things that have died, things that you thought were deep and dead and buried, birth, death, destruction, things like that in your life. And these could be things that you're letting go of at this moment in time, and you're rising from the ashes like the beautiful firebird, the phoenix, and you're getting your wings again. It's like a rebirth of sorts, and it's absolutely transformational. It's like alchemical shift that's coming through, and it's like I said, you're not going to let this get you down. If anything, you're going to rise out of this stronger than ever. So this is amazing. You are like quite literally, and when I get the sense of ashes and things dying, and this is like a rebirth energy, that's what I like. It's an old energy from the past, that it's kind of quite literally something that's come up from the dead, or something that you're is now dead and is time to let go of. So, and maybe the facade, what they're saying is that it suddenly feels like that has no power over you anymore. Something that felt like it was a solid concrete like wound or memory suddenly just feels like it's not there. It's not quite so solid anymore. So it's something that you've done a lot of deep internal work with, and here you are, your spirit is rising again. So really beautiful energy to come through for you, Virgo. Absolutely. And I feel like your spirits are lifting quite literally with this. So I feel like it could be quite revelatory, but it's a good revelation in a way. So that's it. That's it. Beautiful healing of a wound, which is really nice. So that's it, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and look forward to seeing you next time.